Welcome back, friends. Last time we read this week's feature story, Up in the Garden, Down in the Dirt, and followed this little girl and her Nana as they discovered so many amazing creatures, plants, and vegetables and animals inside of the garden. Today, we're going to be doing some sorting to see what did they observe in the garden and what did they observe down in the dirt. And then we're going to answer some comprehension questions about our story. So let's look through and see what Nana and the little girl saw in the beginning of the story. They're getting ready to plant their seeds. And what do they see down in the dirt? Down in the dirt is a whole busy world of earthworms and insects. So there's our first clue. They saw worms and they saw insects down in the dirt. Let's see what else. Up in the garden there were chickens pecking around while they were getting ready to plant. They saw chickens up in the garden. Oops. Oh, there goes our sign. Okay, what else did they see down in the dirt? Pillbugs chewing through fallen leaves. So they saw more bugs and leaves down in the dirt. Let's add those to our chart. They saw bugs and leaves down in the dirt. Let's go back up in the garden and see what we can find there. Look, they're watering the plants with a watering can up in the garden. What else happens up in the garden? Some plants start to sprout. Carrots are coming out of the ground up in the garden. And we also see honeybees floating around, flying with legs loaded with pollen. So we see honeybees up in the garden. What is down in the dirt? Let's see. Down in the dirt, earthworms tunnel deep in the cool soil. What else do we see? A long-legged spider stilt walks over the stream. So down in the dirt, we see a long-legged spider down in the dirt. But what about up in the garden? Up in the garden, look, the plants are starting to grow. The cucumbers and tomatoes and green beans, so many vegetables are growing in the summer. So we see vegetables up in the garden. And down in the dirt, look, the robin is eating slugs. Slugs and crickets down in the dirt. Wow. Let's see if we can find anything else up in the garden. Up in the garden, look at what is starting to grow. Beautiful sunflowers. Beautiful sunflowers are starting to grow up in the garden. But do you remember what they see that goes snap down in the dirt? There is a snake. A snake is down in the dirt. Down in the dirt, we see a snake. Oh my goodness. So many things to observe. Up in the garden, what is growing? Pumpkins. Pumpkins are growing up in the garden. So we can add pumpkins to our garden list here. Anything else? Look, down in the dirt at the end of the story, the ants are gathering for the winter. So we'll add ants to our down in the dirt side. Wow, friends, we have found so many things up in the garden and down in the dirt. In the garden, we see vegetables and flowers and some animals and plants. And down in the dirt, we see a snake and bugs and worms and spiders down in the dirt. Let's answer some questions now about our story. The first one is about what we just read. What will you find down in the dirt? Flowers, bugs, or sunshine? Let's look at the dirt side. What's down in the dirt? Yes, there are bugs down in the dirt. What do they eat from their garden is the next question. Well, let's look at our chart. What can you find in the garden? Looks like we've got pumpkins and carrots and vegetables. So do you eat leaves, bugs, or vegetables? Vegetables! That's so right. Good job. Do you remember, how does it feel down in the dirt? Cool, hot, or sunny? If you said cool, you're right. Let's do one more. What do they plant in the dirt? Seeds, worms, or snow? They plant seeds down in the dirt. Friends, thank you so much for joining me this week for our book, Up in the Garden, Down in the Dirt. I'm excited to learn more about plants and gardening with you this week. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.